Welcome back, everybody. Today we are going to try to tackle yet another challenge where we are trying to raise 5 stars in a marine style zoo. And for that we are going to start in a pelagic large zoo. And the reason why I picked pelagic versus benthic, I'll actually explain that reason later. God, it's been quite a few days, almost a week since I last recorded Zoo Tycoon 2, and there are 3 main reasons for that. One of them is just, you got stuff to do in real life and you don't really have the time to record. But anyways, the first challenge we get, we have to acquire a single musk ox, which would be easy. It's an easy challenge, but musk ox is not a marine animal that we are going for. And actually, I just wanted to show you. This is the spreadsheet that I talked about in the other series. I made a separate marine animals one, so we can check, each half a star what animals we unlock, and then maybe add them if we want. The other thing I did is I also added the order or the family of each animal, so we can sort by that, and I'll talk about this a bit later as well. But for now, what we are going to do, the first animal, perfect, is Manta. So at this point we only have 2 marine animals unlocked, the Manta and the Beluga, and we actually got it, so we don't have to keep refreshing. That's nice at least. And another reason why it took so long to get started with this series is just overthinking. I overthink everything. I've been making these like test zoos to try out some cool like marine animals ideas that I had. This is going to be one of them, where I'm actually going to make a tunnel. When you go to an aqua park, not an aqua park, but a what are they called, like aquariums, and you can like walk through a tunnel, and then there's obviously water left, right, and then it's like an archway, so like animals go above you, and it's really cool. You can't really do that in this game, unfortunately. The only thing you can do is do this cool idea that I just kind of discovered. Let's do... It's really expensive, this type of wall. As you can see, it's 75 each is actually not bad, but it's more about this one. It's 125 each. Compared to the $50 you spend on the chain link fence. Like, come on, that's insane. Look, this amount of wall costs more than a fucking Monterey. Right, so it's 1600. And I'm only going to be doing one side for now. The problem is this is too, there's not much space, right? Let's see. Guess come through here. I guess there is. You know what? This is fine, and we can block it off, and then guests are gonna be like, "Wow, what a bad zoo!" But then it's like the tunnel. It's cool, right? And another tip I would give you guys is never make full aquarium enclosures, because as you can see, let me demonstrate. When you do an aquarium and you like connect all the walls, it instantly gives you water. But the problem with that is that you cannot do terraforming. You cannot do stuff like this, but it's all tank walls, and that's what we want, because we want to have a cool exhibit, right? So we are going to, and this is it looks stupid, but we are going to raise the whole ground here. And what we are going to do is we are going to click on deep water. That's fine for now. And this is what you can do. So we clicked on deep water, and you can actually, because it's not a full tank, you can do whatever you want to it. Another game challenge. So if we have to photograph extinct animals, that's actually a hard one, because You have to have a 1.5 star animal, the bush antler deer, but we're not going to do that. Anyways, going back to the tank. This is so annoying, like getting interrupted like that. Going back here, we are going to use the flattened terrain, so it's the same height. And you see what this like cool effect does to the tank wall? Because now people are gonna come in and it's like, wow, crazy. Also, what did I say about overthinking? I've been overthinking this series way too much, man. Like the other series I had so far, it's just like whatever, like start the zoo and then record it. This one I have to have ideas. I have to do this to get viewers, because right now there's not many people watching me. So that's what I wanted to do. I'm gonna buy a male manta ray, only one. And the reason why we're gonna buy only one is because a challenge might pop up where you basically have to breed a manta ray, and if you can get the female one that they give you for free, you know, pregnant, you get to keep the female, the baby, and you get to keep, you know, the money that they give you, which is really good. Trying to get the challenge now. This looks very, very basic. Don't worry, this is gonna look much better soon. And the guests are gonna come in. The guests only come in when there's a footpath. At least, I think one or two, no, it has to be one. When there's a footpath next to the exhibit, at least, you know, one away. If it's two away, like here, if there was no black footpath there, people wouldn't come into the zoo. And another trick I learned since the last series is you can get this little arrow up. You can hide stuff, you can hide people, you can hide buildings, you can hide walls and whatnot, foliage. But if you click on this show or hide guest view area, click on it, and then you go over the footpath. You see that little, it's hard to see in the water because it's a bit like that. You can see how far the guests can see into the exhibit, right? They can see most of this, which is nice. We are going to put down a donation box. Guests hate when they cannot donate. And then we're gonna finish this tunnel. 1600. Let's get that to single. Is this big enough? Well, we can work our magic later. Even if we, you know, mess up, it's going to be fine. I'm actually going to change. This part of the zoo is going to be more of a tropical theme. Guests are gonna come in and it's gonna be like, this part of the zoo is tropical, and then we're gonna go towards the more like colder areas. Okay, this is a show challenge. We don't have a show yet. We are going to have one, but not right now. That takes a long time to set up. We're gonna do the same thing here. The wall, I don't know why this doesn't work. There we go. Why don't you... It's probably because we have like a little bit of water there. Or not? No. Come on. Ah, damn it. I'll try to fix that later. We're gonna fill this with a couple of foliage stuff. Now, with the reef, if you want to have a cool exhibit, I would suggest that you put a lot of stuff in. Except at the very beginning, you don't have many unlocked. That's gonna be like 6 or 7 extra, you know, these stars that you can put in. Stars, plants, actual coral. I don't know why it's lagging so badly right now. Wow, that lag spike was insane. Maybe it was the Illuminati. I don't know. The good thing about manta rays is that I feel like they don't need to, or maybe it's just water, like they didn't need to get their water cleaned as much. Let's try this again. So maybe this time. Oh, whoops. Yeah, it was because the other side didn't have full water for some reason. And then we are also going to do like these like valleys. Cool. Let's pause the game. So there's gonna be another tunnel here. We might even connect them. Put that down. What I want to have, let's do the bridge first. So you go here, you check what height it needs to be. One more, okay. Place a couple of them here too. Make it go till the end. Bit menacing. Not gonna lie. Bit weird. But you can't. Why can I remove this? I remove the other ones, but not that one. That's okay. And we are going to have. Not sure what accent that was. We should have. Yeah, we should have one like here. Yeah. Oops. Okay, nice. Let's fill this in a little bit. Little environmental tip I would give you is if something is covered with like if something is in the shadows, like under the bridge, there shouldn't really be grass there, because you know grass needs the sun to grow. So it doesn't really make sense to have it like that. We're gonna add a couple of walls here as well, so we can actually flatten the terrain. The other side needs to be. Here we go. If there's like a little bug where you can't terraform, it's probably because there's a little bit of water one side, or you know you need to do something with the water slash land. Place this so guests can come in and then they can come down here. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So we're gonna be doing 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 1, 2. 1, 2. And then I don't know why you can't. Okay, and then go down. Perfect, I guess. Yeah, looks alright to me. And what we're even gonna do is put a little. How many is this? So it's 14. There's no middle one. That's okay. Let's do one. Somewhere in the middle. It's really cool. Like guests can come up here. You know, they can again donate. Let's put a couple of benches down. We have a lot of themes unlocked. That's another thing that was bugged. I could not start my game. It crashed every time I started it. And I realized it's because some of the unlockables, like I just couldn't start the game anymore, and it was really annoying. So what I had to do is I had to delete my profile. So I lost all the progress that I did. But the save, I actually could save the saved games, so that was fine. But the unlockables I had to scrap, and I had to download like a file that contained all the unlockables. That was really annoying. But anyways, let's have because it's like a reef kind of theme. Let's have endangered species bench, because it's like, you know, planty and like planty. That's not a word. Tropical. Okay. We are going to continue this here. Actually, I'm gonna replace this path Wait, should I replace it? Because it's kind of cool that it's dark. Okay, that's cool. As I said in my other series, if you want to buy animals, you should buy them at the very beginning, so it's kind of like an investment, because they don't really have a cost later on. You know, like replenishing food and whatnot doesn't cost any money. But at the same time, I want to get that challenge. Also, if your animal's social need goes up to red, and you place one, you know, with a different sex in the same exhibit, there's a high chance that they will reproduce. One idea I wanted to do, I'll show you guys, go into the photo album, was that first of all, I had this idea where I wanted to have the beluga whales and the polar bears, or like orcas, you know, in the same exhibit. And as you know, belugas are being hunted by polar bears in real life. So I had to separate them, and you could actually do something like this where you have a waterfall one side, and it's really cool because they can't reach up, and it looks so cool. Then I had this idea where I would do a giant glacier. Look how cool this looks. So guests have to go up the mountain to like view the beluga whales, and then like, oh, there's waterfall, and then down here there could be a polar bear exhibit. And I guess could like go up there, you know, and then it's like, oh yeah, there's a lighthouse. It's like a mountain. Wow, cool. So, and this is the reason why I picked pelagic versus the benthic not starting zone, but zoo. Where in the distance, as you can see, pelagic has, you know, northern, like colder boreal forest. Benthic has more of like an Australian scrub savanna / you know, zone. And this makes more sense because, you know, it's like a little bit colder. It can accommodate, you know, tropical and tundra at the same time. It's alright. It's like, you know, in the middle. Whereas benthic is like very warm, in my opinion. Wouldn't make sense to make like a cold mountain there, would it? And what I was thinking is we would do the mountain here, somewhere in the middle, because beluga whales are show animals. And show animals, we would have to have a different tank for the show itself, and then around it we can put like other show animals, like, you know, seals that live in like the coastal area. They would be like lower, orcas, whatever else. But for now, we actually have to place some food stands. I actually want to use sand for that. How many is this? 60. So we need 50. I like this sand one. And for this one, we are going to be using the default theme, because I just think it looks better, honestly. Let's have it like this because we need 3 anyways. Soon we're gonna unlock the cotton candy machine. And we can have a toilet. Actually, we're gonna have 2 because they always complain about that. I have a picnic table. And very important to have trash cans. I guess just go with the normal one maybe. Okay, nice. So guests can now stop complaining. Let's put a couple of benches up here as well. Let's align them. Nice, nice, nice. Let's fix this up a little bit. If you want to fix up the shoreline, I recommend you do the shallow water at the very edge, and then you just smooth the terrain. Look how nice it looks. That's really cool. So it's nice and smooth, and actually in real life a lot of the thing about the coral reef is that it's pretty shallow water, which is very problematic for all the ships that get, you know, damaged or stranded on the reef, and, you know, in turn they damage the coral itself. I think the Great Coral Reef is off the coast of Australia or something like that. But in the meantime, let's wait for a couple of challenges to come in, a couple of guests to come in, and let's read about the manta ray. So manta rays, the cool thing about these guys, it's awesome. Watch this. So normally when you have a different biome for an animal, they get really pissed off. Like, you know, if you put a polar bear in the savannah or something, it's not gonna be happy. This one we cannot do yet because we don't have a gift card, and the kangaroo bounce ride unlocked. It's next star, I think. So we're gonna decline it, unfortunately. Going back to the topic at hand. So the biome of the manta ray is reef in this game. But one cool thing that the creators did for this one animal is, in real life, manta rays actually, you know, they migrate. So in a way, they you know, they go through reef, they go through pelagic, which is another name for open ocean, and they go through coastal areas. What you can do in this game, if you want, it doesn't bother the animal whatsoever. Oh, you want to have coastal? Doesn't matter. Manta rays can live in reef, coastal, or pelagic areas. The only thing I don't know is guests get pissed off if you put the animal in the wrong biome. And you see this like little education bubble. The opposite pops up, so it's red and it's like dumb. So if you put the animal in the wrong biome, they like become dumb and they don't like that. They don't donate as much. But for now it seems to be okay. We'll check that later, because if guests don't like that we have to put it back to reef. And also reef looks the best, you know, through these glasses. It's very, very bright, and these glasses are really like dim. The other side, we are going to put an animal that lives in pelagic, and it's going to be really dark, unfortunately, until we unlock the lights. So yeah, that's a cool little tidbit that the creators put in. And soon we're going to reach red and buy a new manta ray. So yeah, manta rays are found in temperate, subtropical, and tropical waters, but also pelagic. Technically, they are not. So in this game, they are low risk. But some manta ray subspecies are actually vulnerable at this point. I think the really big ones. Manta ray is like the biggest type of ray. There are smaller ones. But even manta rays have subspecies, you know, the big ones. And anyways, they grow up to 7 meters or 23 feet, which is huge. 7 meters, 23 feet is insanely large. The biggest recorded manta ray was 1,300 kilograms, which is 3,000 pounds. Like, what have you been eating, man? I mean, I know it's zooplankton, but like burgers, like, are you a character in SpongeBob or something? That's insane. 1,300 kilograms, 3,000 pounds. That's really big. So the reason why they became vulnerable and they do somersaults. That's one thing I wanted to read, actually. manta rays, they can do aerial jumps and sometimes somersaults. And also underwater, sometimes they do somersaults. You know, they turn around. Because it gives them, if they found like a spot where there's a lot of zooplankton, they swim around and they make a ball of food almost in the water. They do a somersault through it, so there's more time for them to get all that zooplankton in their mouth. This is what it is. Guys, we got the challenge. Sick. It seems like the challenge spawns when your manta ray reaches like almost critical social. We're gonna wait a little bit until it's red, so they might mate and produce a child, you know, instantly. No, it's fine. Like, even if they mate and and this female doesn't become pregnant, they will do that quite a lot, you know, until she gets pregnant. Let's follow that for a while. So yeah, they do somersaults in the water to, you know, gather as much food as they can sometimes. It's really cool. They eat 13% of their body weight each week. And they visit cleaning stations in coral reefs to remove parasites, like a lot of animals do. Because they are just so huge. Otherwise, I think when they are in pelagic waters where there is no reef, they get these remora fishes to remove the parasites for them. In 2011, mantas became strictly protected, and the mating sequence... What the hell? There we go. The mating sequence... She's not pregnant. The mating of the manta rays actually gets initiated by males. So they go up to them, kind of like, you know, humans in real life, I guess. And it starts at full moon. How cool is that? Like, manta rays start mating when it's full moon. Like, what are they, like werewolves of the sea? And the last tidbit I'd like to share is that they can descend to depths of 1,000 meters, so 1 kilometer depth, which is 3,300 feet. It's deep, but as you'll see in this series, a couple of the animals can descend very, very deep in the water. What seems to be the problem, kid? Oh, he's hungry. Let me reach down. I'm God, because I can move you. Bang. Let's check the recording time. Half an hour. Okay, that's fine. Each episode is gonna be like 50 minutes long, like the previous ones. Let's wash. So now they're playing chase, you know, he got his social need down, but they're still going to mate soon, I think. And as you could see, what I said before is that I wasn't sure if you can reach 1-star rank if you have, you know, if you don't have at least 3 animals. What I found is you can actually reach 1.5 star with just one type of animal, but you have to make up for the fact that you don't have that many species by having, you know, more animals and also releasing to the wild. 1 star, we already reached 1 star, that's why we have these things unlocked here. And we're also going to buy a gift card. The upkeep is $15 per month, which I think we can make back by selling manta ray plushies, or I don't know what it is. Probably a backpack. Yeah, it's a backpack. Manta ray backpack. I like it. I like it when you have like a 5-star zoo, and then, you know, everybody buys gifts. This is why they don't go up there. I'm so dumb, because I forgot to do this. Yes. Perfect. It's really cool when you have a 5-star zoo and the guests are all wearing merchandise of the different animals you have in your zoo. In the meantime, I'm probably going to be starting to work on Glacier Mountain. So let's work on that. Ideally it should be in the middle, I guess. Like, I don't know. We could have it here. So the belugas are up there, and then the show is not completely in the middle. Okay, so yeah, a little bit to the left. The maximum height is just this. Unfortunately, it can't be any higher in this game. We're gonna get the tundra. But you can raise the water level if you have a tank, I think. Maybe not, actually. Let's do this. Is this big enough for a couple of whales? Yeah, this is fine, actually. I'm working a bit backwards here. I don't want to, you know, do the mountain and then find out that it's too small. This is super huge. Maybe we have 2. And then we had 9. So it's 1, 2, 3. Actually, this side we don't need a fence. Not a fence, like a water tank. And I'm pretty sure, even if we have it low, people can see it. Because obviously people can't see through this type of wall if you are standing right here. But if you lower it, people can, I think. We had 9, yep. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It looks a bit weird, like it doesn't look symmetrical. Wait. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right? Yeah. 1, 2. How many do we have here? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Did I fuck it up somehow? Is this 4? Ah, shit. Yeah, I did. That's okay, it's gonna be a bit rectangular. The extra one here. There. Oh, I forgot to remove the thing. We don't actually need that much. You can save a lot of money. You can literally just like have a... like... bam. 0. It costs 0 to terraform in the game. Save a lot of money, you know, because especially water tank walls, as I said, are really expensive. That's fine. Can actually raise this up really... never mind, it's not higher. It's a little bit higher than what we had, because this is the maximum height normally, right? The reason why I do this is I showed you that picture with the waterfall. And we are going to do the same around here a little bit. Yep. Have another one. Maybe have a separate... one thing you cannot do in this game is you can't have diagonal waterfalls. It has to be, you know, east, north, or what is it? North, south, east or west. It's a bit annoying, actually. But nothing we cannot fix. A bit goofy. The way I fixed it last time, we can put some rocks there, but these tundra rocks are a bit small right now. We need medium or larger ones. Looks a bit more natural, right? And then the side of the mountain, so people are gonna come. This is where the polar bears are gonna be. Let's check on the guests. Nobody's coming to eat. I think people are pissed off. No, actually no. They go and eat. It seems like properly. How is this manta ray not pregnant yet? They haven't mated yet. What the fuck? I hate when you get like a challenge and it's like random. You do everything you can in your power and it's still like you don't get it because it's random. Let's buy... Yeah, let's buy 2. How cool is that? I should have put that at the very end of like a finale, but it's fine. What is this? How cool is that? And it's super deep. Kind of like a giant trench in the Arctic. Like, you know, there's like ice floating and you like go super low down. Let's get the clams. I actually forgot to buy the clams for... Let's have a kelp here. It's so stupid how they have kelp in tundra as well. Honestly. Where would these guys sleep in real life? Let's check it out. Maybe I have some notes. So beluga whales, they are found in the Arctic oceans, in the Arctic Ocean around North America, also in Russia and Greenland. They are near threatened. Same in game. There's only a population of about 150,000. That sounds actually quite a lot. They are near... oh, okay. So they are not vulnerable, sorry. Near threatened, by the way, means that it's between vulnerable and, I don't know, low risk. So nowadays it's not that bad as it was in game when this game was made in like 2000, whatever, like 8. Let's put some clams here and there. I'm actually gonna put a path here, and then we're gonna fix up the mountain later. This looks really stupid, but it's gonna look much better later, I promise. This looks very retarded, but that's okay. Let's put a marine. No, let's put tundra. Good one. Okay. Beluga whales can be, their size can be up to 5.5 meters, which is 18 feet. That's pretty long, but it's still smaller than the manta ray. That was insane. 7 meters, wow. So anyways, the beluga whale is 5.5 meters, that's 18 feet. And they can reach up to 1,600 kilograms, which is 3,500 pounds. Big boys. Their size is between a dolphin and a, you know, a regular whale. And they are a type of whale, dolphin. They are in the family, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but Cetacea. Let me try to... yeah. Cetacea. There's actually a lot of Cetacea in the game. So beluga whales, we got the challenge, nice. So we got a free manta ray, and they also paid us $600. That's not bad. Beluga whales are adapted to the Arctic biome. They have no dorsal fins. As you can see, a dorsal fin is the fin that is positioned at the back of the animal. Oh, they can't reach the kelp bed, I think. There we go. Yeah, they're trying to go under and it's like they are beaching. They have no dorsal fins, and as you can see, they are completely white to adapt to the environment. They also have this weird bump in their head. The head of the animal had an organ called a melon, or has an organ called a melon, which is an echolocation organ. That's why it's called a melon, because it's like a melon head. A large percentage of their bodies are blubber, which is fat, and they normally form 10 animal groups. So in a group there's 10 of them. In the summer they can gather in hundreds or even thousands in shallow coast areas, I guess to mate. Yeah, I guess that's the time they mate. They can dive down to 700-meter depths, which is 2,300 feet. Whale hunting has been regulated since 1973. However, native Inuit, so sort of like Eskimo, native Eskimos and Inuit can still hunt the whale because that's their culture. And they know how to do it, so I don't know, but I guess they know how to do it so they don't make the animal go extinct. They probably know more about whale hunting than we do. This kid is angry. Can't see anything. Are you serious? Sometimes they are stupid like that. Nobody comes up here for some reason. But we are going to put down also a... We're going to unlock the cotton candy cart, the normal one. For some reason the themed ones don't need an unlock. I think that's stupid. Let's check on our gift card in the meantime. That was all the information I had about the beluga whale. Hope you enjoyed. Some people are buying it. It's better than nothing. Nobody's going to the beluga whales. One thing I'm going to do before I end the episode is change the tank wall. No, I'm kidding. I wanna train them. One of the coolest things in this game, in marine animals, is that some animals are show animals. You see the little star next to the marine icon. You place a training area. This is a bit too shallow. It's a bit annoying to place a training area. You have to have really deep water. You have to kind of cheese it. Animal hygiene, 14k. That's okay, we can... Basically, 14 days. I think for a month you have to make sure that no animal's hygiene need is unsatisfied. I think it's going to be fine. For 30 days, yeah. Well, we get 1400. That's going to be fine, I think, for water animals. Again, this damn thing. I can't place it. Yeah, what you can do is do that and then raise the terrain up afterwards. And it's gonna be fine. And we can train the beluga whales because they're quite intelligent. They are a type of set, as I said. Similar to dolphins and orcas. And we click on the animal that we want to train. And these are the initial tricks that they can learn. They are ranked, so this is 2.5. 3 stars, 2 stars. It's not actually bad, 3 stars. Normally you start, with lower rank, a lower tier, the tricks that you teach them, and then it goes up. Let's do the easiest one. And we have to do a similar minigame to like extinct animals, but this time, we don't create an animal. Obviously, we train it. You have to follow, and then do the prompts. I guess I messed up at the very beginning, but it's fine. As long as it's above 90%, it's fine. And at the end of the trick, they don't learn unless you give them a treat. Because they are stupid animals. They're very opportunistic, I guess. You do the same thing, and then every time you do it, it gets harder, right? It's gonna go faster, and we have to press the mouse, sorry, the arrow keys as well. Even the music speeds up. And you see, it's hard to like follow it with your mouse, especially when it's a bit laggy. I think if you get 100%, they jump higher or something. And normally, what I do is I teach them a couple of tricks. You don't have to like wait, but if you do it too much, obviously they get hungry. They want to sleep, you know, they want to rest. Sometimes it takes an insane amount of time for them to come back. Nice. Maybe they cannot jump higher because they're really fat. Dolphins can jump much higher, as you can see in this picture. We learned the flipper splash. This is the most boring trick in the book, I think. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this one. What? You're blocking the show. That's all it does. It's just flipper. Oh, you're blocking the show. What are you doing? Why are you there? Do you see the rectangle or the triangle in its flip? It's Illuminati. It's an Illuminati fish. Can you move? I can't even see the prompt because of you. I cannot see the prompt because of you. Come the fuck on. I think it's a mouse. Fuck. Shit! Not that one. This one. Fuck you, dude. It's trying to, his mate is trying to sabotage the show, I think. Also, if you mess up, not if you mess up, but the higher percentage you get on a trick, the more these circles fill in. And I'm pretty sure if you go to the end of those circles by doing really badly, you know, you don't get above 90%. In the actual show, the animal will do it a bit like badly, the trick. It's a bit punishing. Oh, we got 100%? How the fuck? Oh, this is why it's interesting, because it splashes the actual guests. It goes really far. Kind of like when your friends try to be like annoying, right? We get again like really bad achievements for doing basically nothing. Let's do one more and then I think it's learned. And then we can finish up this episode. Fuck. I need one more, I think. That's hard, man. Like, you don't even know. It's really hard. Not even close. One more. If you like press it too early, like you press the arrow keys too early, you can't do it again, like. Okay, so I didn't really move my... I don't deserve 100% on that. I'm pretty sure the mouse... I didn't move the mouse as well. But it seems like what matters most is your arrow key presses and not the following. Here we go. There are no guests that are viewing this like cool stuff. Wow. Why not? Can they see in here? Yeah, they can. But with that, we finished up episode 1 of Marine Mania. If you enjoyed the video, please press the like button. subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one, where we are going to be placing the other side of this tunnel, I guess, with different animals. And we are going to also be working on Glacier Mountain and other side of the zoo, maybe even Turtle Island, but more about that later. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.